Hey everybody and welcome to the third installment of my Forge Fast Expand series of Protoss vs Zerg. Once again on the map Tal'darim Altar, I'm playing on my alternate account Blue Archon. And yeah, once again we'll be going over, quickly going over the Forge Fast Expand build, how to make it work, how it's supposed to be done, or how it can be done. Yeah, and once again you're seeing the actually 8th probe move out here to build the pylon, and she'll go scout. And once again it's cross position, and by now I'm wondering, is it and here my opponent had some problems with the keyboard, but we paused the game for that time. So right now I'm wondering, is it possible? Oh yeah, I think we had non-cross positions in the last game where my opponent was here. Right, so once again we'll see me and actually I think I'll put on some music for this cast because it's going to be more or less the same thing as the last games. You guys are more familiar now with how the build works. The 13th Pro putting down the forge, and I just hope the music is not too loud, but it should be fine. So putting down the forge, and it's a 4-player map once again, Tal'darim. So I want to scout with the second probe as well. But once again I'll find my opponent with the first scout first, so I can send the second one back. And I'm just continuing to make probes. And of course that's something I haven't mentioned. The second pylon, I would build it at the back of your base. And I'll quickly explain that. Yeah, I'll quickly explain that before I continue the replay. The thing is, if Zerg go for a 6 pool or something ridiculously similar like that, something similarly ridiculous, that's what I want to say, then you'll have a hard time actually blocking off the ramp here, the choke, so the Zerglings will get in. And then what can be really helpful is to be able to place a cannon right here, so you can defend your mineral line even if Zerglings can get in. So that's the reason. I've seen that in Whiterose replays, or on Whiterose stream actually, once or twice. So that's why I'm doing this, why I'm doing it like this. It's purely defensive in a sense. And it's also good because your probe doesn't need to run far in order to build this pylon, so that gives you some additional resources. So let's continue the replay. Once again I'm trying to block the hedge here because I think Zerg wants to put it down, but of course I didn't see that he has his gas and pool going already. So if I were to run in now, I can actually show you what I see. Come on, player cam. Yeah, now for example, in terms of scouting, now I run into the base because I thought, okay, maybe he doesn't want to put the hedge down, or actually I want to let him put it down because I have my forge done, so I can cannon him if he forgets to put his overload down. That's what I'm thinking. And now I see, okay, he's got his pool, and so this pool went down before, so it's halfway completed, and it takes 65 seconds to build. So 30 seconds ago he built this pool, so if you look at the supply, you're at 18 supply now, so that's, you know, you can think, okay, maybe it's a 16 pool, maybe it's 15. So 15 is a common timing to build the pool, or 14, maybe even 16 or so, but that's kind of around the regular timing for a pool. That's nothing too early, nothing fancy. And gas finishing a little bit before the pool, that's very standard as well, so you don't have to expect any really strong aggression from that. And in cross positions I definitely feel safe putting the Nexus down first. So that's what I've seen. With my probe here, I don't want to get too aggressive. I don't necessarily need to block him because I would like to take advantage actually of this. Oh man, he doesn't have an overlord, and I think I'm not going to spot it this game because I could cannon his mineral line once again. I think I will not spot it. That's a shame. Okay, now I'm putting down a cannon and the gateway as usual, and I went the Nexus after the forge, so it's a really greedy build. Oh man, that's a shame. There's no overlord. I didn't spot it the first time I watched the replay. I didn't notice that. I could have easily cannoned him. But okay, I'm fine playing a macro game against the Zerg. So now after I put down, you know, all these buildings, I'm getting 2 gas, because my probe count is getting high enough that I don't benefit so much anymore from oversaturating my minerals, and I should definitely put some guys on gas. Come on guys, gas! Gas, we need gases, come on. Yeah, great. Wonderful, now I'm putting guys in gas, right as my Nexus finishes. And now I'm just I'll just keep here making the cyber core and making probes. After a certain that's something I could mention. After a certain while, you can, you know, when you can just select all the probes here. As soon as you have 22, yeah, as soon as you have 22 or something, so here the first 2 rows full and 4 more or so, you can actually rally them down to the expansion. Or you can transfer before and leave the rally point up here, so transfer like half of your probes, but I like to do it this way sometimes and sometimes the other way. It doesn't really matter that much. So this game, as you'll notice, I don't have warp gate research going. I have just made 1 single zealot, which is pretty risky. I'm so greedy, I'm so greedy. But I know I'll be going for mass air because I kinda like it. So instead of researching warp gate tech, I just go for +1 air weapons because I really want to get my upgrades up. And I'm just waiting for more minerals and gas so I can put down the second stargate. And for some reason he's sacrificing his overlord, which is great for me. I guess he just wanted to see what's up here. Alright. Ah, that's why I was smiling. I was wondering last time. So he lost an overlord, that's fine by me. And right now nothing really special going on except the special tactics with the special air build. And I'll comment on some interesting things I see with the Zerg. First off, he didn't really produce drones really hard. He got his gas really early and he went lair tech really early. He needs 100 gas to do that, and he also... No, he didn't get his circling speed. Okay, interesting. So on tier 2, on lair tech, he can put down his... what is it called? Spire. Which would allow him to build Mutalisks, which can be really good for Zerg, but one problem is because he's going so early Mutalisk, he doesn't have enough minerals, as you can see, to make lots and lots of drones. So he's only at... Okay, now he's catching up in drones, 41. And also one common response you'll see from Zerg is that they will build a 3rd base, so they'll get the 2nd expansion relatively early because they want to be 1 base ahead of you. That's kind of their idea. If they are 1 base ahead of you and they're relatively well saturated in terms of drones, they want to have more drones than you have probes and they want to be 1 base up, then they're fine usually. And the one interesting thing about going a mass air build is that many Zerg will go for Mutalisks against Protoss. That seems to be relatively popular these days. And the nice thing is, usually if you go for a gateway-centric army, I mean, yeah, you'll have Stalkers, but it's harder to defend against Mutalisks because they are air units. They can just fly around and annoy you at every single, you know, fly around, come in here, kill a few probes here, fly around, come in here, kill some stuff here, and all this shenanigans. And as soon as you have air units, especially, I mean, like, you can just make a bunch of Phoenix as well. And there we go, there's a mothership again. So I'm doing it again. So as soon as he sees my Void Rays, you know, the first one, oh, I'm going to kill him. Oh no, 4 Void Rays. No, he doesn't really want to engage that. And now he's kind of invested a lot of, like every Mutalisk is 100 gas and 100 minerals. So that's a really huge investment for him. And now the Mutalisks are going to be kind of worthless because I'm going the mass air build. So that's one of the benefits of going mass air, is that Mutalisks are going to be deflected instantly, basically. The Zerg is, yeah, he's not going to be really happy about his Mutalisks now. So that's why he's putting down a Hydra den, so that will enable him to make Hydras. And just in case there are some of you who are not at all familiar with the mechanics of Zerg, they don't need production facilities per se. They just make hatcheries, and with larva, the larva is the thing they turn into any unit they want. So they just built a hydraulic stand, for example, that was built here, and now every larva that they have, they can turn into a hydralisk if they have enough resources to do that. So that's kind of the mechanics how Zerg works. So now I have my fleet beacon. I have put down some cannons as a defense against the Mutalisk threat. And actually, what I commented on last game, and I'm still not doing perfectly this game, is actually I want to be expanding a lot sooner. I need a third expansion a lot sooner. If I'm going mass air, and if you're going mass air, you need a ton of gas. You can see that I built 4 additional gateways, so I have 5 now, and I have quite a number of zealots already, so it's 30, no, it's it's 11 zealots already, so that's 1,100 minerals I've invested in here, plus all of these gateways. And I would almost like to just build a lot more air than so many zealots. So what you can do is just, you know, annoy the Zerg a little bit. I could actually move out with this, with my army, and as long as I don't get on creep, I'm fine against Hydralisks, because I can run faster, or I can fly faster with my army than Hydralisks can run off creep. They're a really slow unit. Except on creep, then they're kinda okay, I guess. You can see how fast they run here and how slow they are here. So if I would have harassed the Zerg a little bit, I could have, you know, easily thrown down this thing much earlier and get another expansion, because I have so much minerals left over. So that's kind of my thinking for the next games. If as soon as I go mass air next time with Protoss, I'll just try to harass earlier. I'll just try to get some pressure going, and then I will just mass expand behind it, instead of getting so many zealots. And instead I would just get 2 more stargates and just pump out like 4 carriers at a time, and just see how that works. And of course Zerg doesn't have detection with him, because he didn't really expect a mothership, so all he can focus is my mothership. So of course, no, he gets that, which sucks. That's so so annoying by Zerg. They always want to kill your mothership. It's really not nice of them. But I mean, yeah, can't blame them. They have no detection, so they just need to kill the mothership before they can start attacking anything else. Oh well. I guess it's a trade-off we sometimes must accept as one of the Protoss race. One of the hardships. We have motherships and we have hardships. Alright. Alright, other than that, I'm spending my minerals quite nicely, which the Zerg is not. He should be taking a lot more bases and taking his gases also, because Hydras, if he... I mean, pure Hydra is not the best option, but as you can see, and now I'm complaining that he's killed the Momo ship. As I said in the last replay, and I'll just speed this up for a little bit, because once again, as last time, I'm kind of comfortable sitting back because I know my macro is relatively good, so I'll just bank on that fact that I can out macro the Zerg and just kill him whenever he thinks he needs to attack. And otherwise I'll just mass up army and get to 200, and then I'll move out, because I still had trouble understanding how much air I actually need to be able to kill the Zerg's army. But in this case I know, okay, I have so many zealots to tank the damage. That's something they're really good at. Without them I would have actually lost this fight. But with the zealots I totally demolish the Hydralisks. But yeah, that's something that I still need to learn. How much can I actually, or how much army do I need to defeat the Zerg army? And you can see I'm way ahead in terms of army supply. I have twice or more than the Zerg actually. and he has lost so much more than I have. It's like 8,000 resources lost more for him, and that's also reflected in my spendings tab. Ausgaben is spending. So he invested a lot more in army, and I'm just teching like crazy. I'm just getting my upgrades. I have 3 attack already. I'm probably researching my +2 armor. I'm not getting shields this game, which I'm not sure why I'm not doing that, but I would like to. I have DT tech. I'm just teching in all directions, so that's reflected in my technology tab here. I've spent 4,000 more in technology and 5,000 less on army. So that's like my advantage, because the army can be so cost effective if you play that properly. And actually it's not too bad that I got so many zealots, because they tank really well and they save my gas heavy army from dying. So I guess maybe that might be one of the keys to make this strategy work. And actually what I would also like to try is just also get a bunch of Archons and get the shield upgrades from the beginning, because both air units and Archons benefit from that immensely. So that would be an option to explore. And at this point, basically, it's kind of over for the Zerg, because he's not harassing me. He has let me get to ridiculous upgrades. I'm getting a ton more gateways, and I have a ridiculous number already. I have, oh man, that's 10 gateways. I think there's more coming somewhere, yeah, up there. So it's going to be 14 gateways, and here there comes a fight. And I'm at 200 supply, and he is at 200 supply, so it's always good when you can get to 200 supply just as fast as a Zerg can, and then you'll be at an advantage. And here he has he has a ridiculous number of corruptors, but watch how they fall. It's so ridiculous. The mothership, of course, was focused first, because he had no detection, of course, as always. And now he just has no chance. And now he's wondering, okay, what could I have done about that? Special tactics beat me. What could I have done? And once again, the same thing that I mentioned last time, just place pylons near his expansions and just send them in. While you're fighting him at some other point, you just need to warp in, select them, rally them to the expansion, and just forget about them. They will do the damage they need to do. That's something I really like to do. Yeah, and he's kind of a little pissed about my build, that he really doesn't know how to counter it, and he feels a little lost about, yeah, how can he actually make that happen. But the thing is, as a Zerg, just don't let the Protoss do that. Just, carriers take so long to build. It's 120 in-game seconds. That's huge. That's gigantic. This is a huge timing window that you need to take advantage of. So if you don't do that as a Zerg, you'll be in trouble. And definitely stay on top of your upgrades. He just had 2-1, and I had 3-3 now for my, and even 3-2 for air. That's so huge. Interceptors and void rays, they benefit so much from this stuff. And yeah, he's saying he was expecting Mass Hydra to just beat me, but I think I didn't really see it the last time I watched the replay, but I think it's one of the keys is really having some stuff to tank, because even though carriers have a lot of hit points and shields, it's too little. They need something else to tank for them, otherwise they're going to go down really quickly. So that's what made me win those battles against the Zerg, that I had so many zealots there. I think it was like 12 zealots or more, and yeah, he really didn't have any meat shield in front of his Hydras, so his Hydras went down before my zealots all went down, and I could just kill all the Hydras with this gigantic air force. So yeah, as you can see, it's a strategy I really enjoy, and actually here I'm always playing it with just 2 stargates, which you can expand on a lot. You can just build less gates and make more expansions, get more gas, and just, you know, make 2, 4, 6 or so stargates and just, you know, pump out the carriers. Just make sure you're annoying the Zerg a little bit, you're keeping him on his toes, like harassing his expansions just a little bit, or just threatening him to move out and make him commit to Hydras, and then you'll have a bunch of speed zealots to tank the damage and you'll be just fine. Yeah, and you'll be able to build the army that you want, expand your macro lead, and yeah, that's the way to, or one of the ways to make mass air work for you. So I think I won't recap the Forge Fast Expand build here anymore. You've seen how it works. That was the basic opening here, and then switching into Stargate or Robo Facility would have been an option, or even going for DTs would have been an option as well. Whatever you feel like. You have a macro lead after this kind of opening if you pressure the Zerg a little bit afterwards, and sometimes even if you don't. And so yeah, that's a really interesting opening. It's really potent in terms of what you can do afterwards, all the transitions possible. And I think in the future I'll bring you some games where I actually transition into something else and not just the mass air thing. I just wanted to show you guys the mass air because it's so rarely seen, because Mothership is really enjoyable, even though I don't think I used even one vortex this game. But regardless of that, it's really fun to just see it in action. Yeah, and the next time I'll show you some other transitions you can go for after a mass air build. After a, damn it, a Forge Fast Expand, that's what I want to say. Yeah, so guys, just keep out macroing the Zergs. They don't really like that. That's what they think they're good at, so show them who's the master of macro. And yeah, of course, if you have some replays that you'd like to share with me, maybe I'll cast some of them if there's something really interesting to showcase, you know. Basically at any level of play, because I'm aiming at helping everyone improve. I'm very interested also in pro replays and stuff like that, and I watch a lot of them, but I also think that there's a lack of content in terms of, you know, how you can actually get from, say, bronze level to silver to gold to platinum to diamond. I mean, there's not that much around of that kind of thing, and I would be happy to help you guys or to work with you guys together to get some of that stuff out, so the level of play in general can just improve overall, and we can all have more awesome games every time someone plays, regardless of who it is. So thanks guys for watching once again. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you were able to get something out of seeing the Forge Fast Expand in action once again. So this was 3 replays in a row with Forge Fast Expand into mass air, and I'll be bringing you some different builds and transitions in the future, so stay tuned. Like the videos if you really like them. If you don't, then don't like them. And yeah, leave your comments, suggestions. I'm open for anything. So yeah, have a good time, and I'll see you next time. Bye bye.